Alright guys, Garage Workouts here. Back on the program, chasing 210 kilos. So he's third time benching this week. Going into this session, still sort of getting used to raw bench. Um, Done a lot of raw bench in the past, but probably the last few months I've been focusing more on sort of slingshot bench pressing, and the strength curve's slightly different. When you're benching with slingshot, it's a lot more tricep focus. And it's very reactive at the bottom of the lift, so you still use your chest, but it's more, I would say it puts a lot more emphasis on the lats and the triceps especially. So still just getting used to the form, the technique, slightly different. But felt a bit stiff, maybe a tiny bit sore going into this workout, but still not going crazy heavy or anything like that just yet. Just want to sort of get in as many sets as possible and focus on my form and technique. So the plan today was to do 8 sets of 4 with 152.5 kilos. So this routine I'm running at the moment is sort of inspired by Small Junior, a bench program. Some of you might have heard of it. Is very high frequency bench program, high volume. One day is 6 sets of 6, another day is 7 sets of 5, another day is 8 sets of 4, and last day is 3 sets of 10. I'm running a slightly modified variation. I have just slightly one difference, which is one more rest day in between, and I think I just need this for the recovery. But I really like this routine. I think it's very effective, especially for learning form, technique, and I've had great progress with it in the past. So yeah, running it again. I'm really happy that I managed to complete all the sets and reps, and I probably had more in the tank at the end of the workout as well. But just leaving some reps in the tank for recovery. How everything's moving explosive and fast. My technique's improving, and I think I can definitely up the weight on all the sets and reps next week by 2.5 kilos. I'm just going to be running this for 3 weeks, and then I'll probably test my 1 rep max or do maybe an AMRAP. It just depends if I can have a spot, and for safety reasons really. Was feeling quite sore and beat up, but still everything felt light and moved quickly. Didn't do much accessories today. Mainly just sort of kept it to a minimum. Did a lot of band stuff, high reps, blood flow, just to aid with recovery. Like I said, benching this frequent is very, very taxing on the body, so just doing the 4 bench sessions a week alone is very, very challenging. But I throw the accessories in over the week, and I adapt them all based on how I'm feeling and my recovery. So everything's always changing. I don't stick to a program exactly. I sort of auto regulate or adjust as necessary. So here's the last set of bench press, and moved really well, really fast, explosive. There's absolutely no grinders. I think my form and technique got a bit better as the workout went along, and all that sort of stiffness went as well, which is great. So now we're just moving on to the band work, and like I said, this is all just injury prevention. I found personally from myself just adding in the band work, so doing the face pulls for the rear delts and the rotator cuffs, and doing the green band tricep push downs. I've just found, doing these exercises, I haven't had any issues since I've been doing them. I don't have shoulder pain, and I have no sort of elbow pain, and I in the past and I started doing these, and it just fixed that issue. I got these from Alex Leonidas and Jimmy Kolb. I saw them do it, so I try it, and it worked great. So yeah, that was today's workout, and that's where I'm at. Thought I'd put this series together so people can see what it takes to go from benching, say, 190 kilos raw to 210 kilos raw. Just so if people ever wonder, like, how, if they hit plateaus or if they get stuck, see how they can progress. There's a lot of good and bad advice online, but seeing someone go from A to B and seeing what they did to get there, I think is really helpful for people. And I haven't seen many bench press series on YouTube, and I think, of course, it's just one lift, and there's many sort of different lifts. But I think if there's anyone out there who loves the bench press and is really passionate about it, like myself, I think it would be really helpful to them. And to get where I've got, I've had to do a lot of experimental and trial and error, find out what works, what doesn't work, and I'm always still learning to this day. And if I can log it all, can probably save someone else a lot of their time and effort, which I've had to do in the past. I think when I was sort of first getting really into gym and taking it seriously, I would have loved to have watched a series on how someone goes to, say, like a 100 kilo bench to 160 kilo bench, or seeing how someone goes from like a 190 kilo bench to a 210 kilo bench. Seeing someone progress and seeing what they do to get from A to B, I think is very helpful. So that's what this channel's all about. It's raw, it's honest. There's no BS. It's exactly what I've done. It'll be all the ups and the downs and the struggles and the plateaus, and how I sort of overcome that to get to the 210 kilo bench press. So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions on how to improve your bench press or how to get stronger in the gym, drop a comment and I'll get back to you. And I will be posting more videos in the future, especially on bench press and things like how form, technique, and best exercises for bench press. So yeah, thanks a lot.